what's hot and what's not in OpRE these days?
So I think for me, operational real estate itself is what's hot. So what do I mean by operational real estate? I think that's really where the provision of services and the provision of consumer experience is really driving values and driving real estate values. So the value of the real estate is really underpinned by the nature of the services being provided and the quality of that service provision.
And where's the, if you like, the market driver coming from? Is it the consumer, or is it the investment community? Is it the fact that people want new types of experiences, post-lockdown and so on? Where's it all coming from?
I think it's really kind of post-lockdown, and I think we'd already seen movements towards it pre-lockdown, and it's really about consumer experience and what consumers are looking for in real estate, and it is almost looking at it backwards. So if I was speaking with one of our clients years ago, we'd first be looking at, well, what are you looking to build, and then look at kind of the consumer experience and how you build the consumer experience within that real estate, whereas I think it's almost flipped, and people are now looking at, well, what is the consumer looking for? What is that experience? And the experience economy is really kind of driving what you then build and what you develop out in terms of new purpose-built real estate. So if you look at, I've historically done a lot of work in the student housing sector, and if you look at that sector, the current schemes that are coming to the market are looking at blending student housing with co-living, and that's to address a kind of wider audience, if you like, a wider demand for product. And effectively, consumer demand is driving those changes in what were traditionally just blocks of student housing for students only, and the operators are having to pivot to meet a wider market.
So it's the case that assets are kind of merging and melding together, driven by different market demands.
I think that's right. Yeah, what have traditionally been siloed subsectors within real estate are now coming together because that's what consumers are demanding. And so, in order to drive those values, and you need to meet the consumer demand.
Now, Taylor Wessing's role in all of this, you're as the law firm behind a number of these deals and mergers and acquisitions and SPACs and all sorts of things coming together to create this new ecosystem, if you like. Are you responding to the investor need, or are you, based on your experiences creating some of these deals, are you able to participate in these hybrid solutions?
Yeah, I mean, my practice is predominantly real estate development, and I think one of the big challenges as operators and investors in real estate look to encompass different strands of real estate subsectors within a single product. One of the big challenges there is the planning regime and the regulatory regime in the UK, and is that keeping a pace with changes in consumer demand? The real difficulty is you might have a vision, you might have a new innovative product that you're looking to bring to the market, but does the current planning regime, does the current regulatory regime allow you to really exploit that and bring it forward?
And the current level of deal flow that's in the marketplace, is it good? And what's likely to happen, as we see unfolding, geopolitical and macroeconomic factors happening? I
mean, I think the sectors that we're looking at today are predominantly living, and it's there's a demand there.
For living.
There's a demand for living. It's one of life's necessities. It's not I mean, even if you look at the way that hotels are moving and moving, if we look at the kind of blending of real estate, you look at hotels moving into co-working spaces, and people need somewhere to work and people need somewhere to live. And so I think the demand is there as a constant. And so whilst the economy might be we might be in an economic downturn, I think that the drivers behind operational real estate in the living sector are there, and so the deal flow is there, and we're continuing to see a flow of investment activity and a wealth of capital looking to invest in the various strands of living.